Mr. Lynch, nice. How will be nice forever. Good morning, Mr. Simply. Or simply, 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 or simply there. Is there not Lynch? It's November, December 9th, 2025 and it's Tuesday evening, but we are totally clear, as one second, it's totally clear, scan to Angela. Tutto si visto now. It's early afternoon, 13 and 47. 6 and 8 and 16 Celsius, and this means this is really soft, like needs to be soft, classic adjective used for the autumn and also spring period, so sta porto fuori a secondo. As you can see, the fact that last June 17 giant and for years, so fact that very past 4 years so there was the kind of last past summer, that someone followed me, remember, in past summer I think, body. Also the fact that many of you enter new autumn, now in fact close for the autumn, never for the reports, but obviously not for the other 2 seasons, spring, the winter spring, is not 30 case, there's 3 years and pratically in 12 days will enter in the winter, so also for the winter become 4 years, so the reports, as perhaps someone non remember think of body, was on body which I knew supposedly. I'm sure, try to see the memory things for me, but let's also say it's my purpose, at the same time it's my purpose, in fact, if you should to use it's better, no, perhaps a paradox you have to me, and I didn't do an integral ratio. Also for the winter spring exam, this fact for the winter, so adjective cold, for the spring one thing, soft, for the summer, adjective 8, so in general, for the seasons of the years. Classic adjective, classic adjective in English, it is a also I think if you did absolutely incomplete, surely for this period, for 2 reasons. Considering good reasons. First one, consistent passage from the summer to the autumn. The second one, most important, in the last definitive change of temperature degrees after many weeks on which now the air is completely changed, it's completely changed, and it's completely pleasant. Well, if not pleasant, sure, really good. But so this, and quindi air meaning same temperature degrees, so the sum all these things makes the situation, a condition completely pleasant, if not pleasant, sure really good at least at me because I don't feel cool like other people. But when it comes to winter, I can explain better this thing because I really explained this thing in the past. The winter weather reports over the past years. So really also il calmo this winter I can explain better this thing. I don't know for the people because for the fact I think not because I feel cool for the I think yes, or I don't know this depends on them. Whatever, in general, for me, was good. Instead, what is got to in general, for sure, everything is just before, it's really beautiful. At least this is actually beautiful as I'm feeling this one. Ingeri afternoon, I think at temperature is repeated just before 6 Fahrenheit 16 Celsius. The atmosphere, anticipated. Today, we have. Oh, it's beautiful. Yes, and even if it's not completely visible because it's beyond the balances, and now I'll see things for later when it comes to sun session or this one, and you see things are these. First one is the fact that now I'll sing for the theme and extract from a classical Napoleon song Sole Mio because I think it's became a bit of a man during the last past summer, as perhaps someone non followed me or remember, I think a body. So, ma tu sola, più bello di o solo mia, sta fronte a te, o solo mia, sta fronte a te, mi si che sta fronte a me, sta fronte a te. Yes, in fact, Luska is organization in media, and this is a continuing fact that surely is a chance come out to be a subvention in sense. the fact that the thing is the fact that it's impossible, so perhaps non si vede di che it's impossible, delle abitudini acquisite, not acquisiti, su acquisiti. Ora riesco a entrare, ma considering the period, change of hours more 40 ago, and 40 days ago, yes, last Saturday of October, so hour before, and so fact I read enough now, let them from the sun and sky, we leave them for other 2 hours and 50, 40, that's more or less in comparison with the main festival, a completely different schedule. Well, so stava mi dico Windows da cortina, quel SWAT non stanno with the parts in this room, and this is the only difference color on the flowers, fact color on the previous was the second was yellow gold color, first one was pink, and the color of the third if not pink, so like the color of the first one is really similar. I don't know if you that's really well from the shot in the beginning, I think of yes. Or if not even better, surely better in the shot is practically the first part of the shot which or the video which I showed to you the Perugia I showed to you the the weather, the sky that was changing from the window. But whatever, as I was in the room, so from the mythical window, new white curtain with the green flowers, long flowers mixed between the plants. This is the new curtain last time I want, Mangarting is also the third birthday of the giant birthday and third birthday of Crevius, the beautiful Greek curtain with beautiful penta benches, but to deepen all this passage from past to new curtain. And yes, other things related to it. See, read one of my comments in the comment section. This should be the fourth, or perhaps the point 2 or 3, third in the first comment, or I see the comment section. So I don't know if you can see, you can read it. So you can shoot, and you can see it well, surely from this shot. So this is this first shot, this is the same shot I showed you for this curtain here, because it's the first part of the video which Perugia showed you the weather, the scatter CNG from the window there in the other room. Or also from this other practice it's a shot similar to the classical shot film more than 3 seconds for the curtain, perhaps also for the first curtain, the color of the curtain. Even if I don't remember exactly, this is surely the color of the curtain is still in the cover image of the channel. One time I'll change it. However, yes, this shot is also related to the fact that of when there isn't a green shoot, and also when there is, but more when there is, because if image on else you read a little special sentence, but I really use it in case for the curtain, and also in case perhaps also for the first color of the curtain, even if I don't remember exactly, also in case. And now I led also this little special sentence also for the new white curtain, and this little special sentence is but also and always better visible for me in its entirety. Green is shot at 60 million shot. As regarding the shooter, not visible, so not visible, I think the first days of October, if I'm not mistaken, also not visible, and also in this case it's valid, I'll see the latest special sentence for the curtain because it's valid also for it, so repeat once again, but also and always better visible for me, its entirety, read the shot at the sequence imagination. And finally, from a medical keeper, NGX, Canada 40, PG, 625, also the reasons me, shot. Great multă people of Loja, ne partea să la gânditoarea. O să nu mi esista. Solo me selfa, prosso beschis. Finally, io la gratta breakfast. Dates, lieti in genere, o să mă să fac mesi lieti mi informers, ma te vuole porta se si fa io fotra che c'è sempre si tu salvo in fac breakfast interne insieme vita. Stato vite, ti interne parte in betti si tu quasi fitto su essere su finché te regoli si regoli sembra se stesso essere ciò. Voglio di vita. Voglio di cosa si carriera qua. Lei lo so, they're just rolling, obviously, just rolling quota. 13, 47 minutes. Bata, l'imperativo cresceva il cinema, siete in some way also dei fortune sono amri. Da, we always the same. Breakfast sono the most building things al floor. Absolutely. As you know, insieme, anyone si finca posto ogni mese, solo se lo stro conti sin che factory the Friday at least should be done pire, sono ogni metà match per 3 di the president of the image state of the things from example show so obviously se inizia il gioco più solito il combatto mostwania attenzione questo new frisata biscuit sarà my favorite in fact there are many beautiful combos with beautiful biscuits and yes finca tu hanno ma te finca tu hanno messo ma tu mi sai che stava ciò che chip cookies allora ciò che quindi chips cookies fanno tu mi sai che grosso favorite biscuits mi Lynch. In particolare, nella tuning credo si rende la persone latte milk factory sono shot langa ti coffee bisli to sono squicchi chocolate fa così andate fra la shot fragment video fra la shot nei flash think 5-6 months adesso si che se lo sto punto so si che should be done the sono in damage with se you there was a money quick because it finish now there is one thing we bought it one thing I think yes 122 23 24 days so si che lo sto punto should be done the sono in damage with you so si sette amount 30 iPad insert it one thing di milk, so very good news. E quindi se also delle fake cose breakfast, rossa bomba ti fa spiro in particolare, ma se che si last period se gioco più soprattutto che ma sonia, of course mi riferisco to first time so that period. E iniziamo con questo che si tolla Nicolas breakfast, also ma bomba. Second thing is about CS fact infra blue CS da Conad, ragazzi, alzo mi sarà sempre più position. Cosa? Attraverso questa posizione mi darà la mamma. Italian Sirians fa così tu come non tu because they are really super bad. Alzi, tomorrow se poi si fa dai, fa che non ti tomorrow tu lepe. Alzi. Ripeto, inizio si vede una alzi a better bit of things for later until come out session, di fatto che surely will be a surprise session, di fatto che se possono vedere a bisogno la crisi, tu che si one thing,